guys, Keith here, ProNoobRC. Back on the bench tonight, we got Horizon Hobby's new Axial Wraith 1.9, sitting on the 10.2 axles. The only way before to get one of these kits is to buy an Axial Wraith and a SEX10 and a bunch of links and a bunch of fancy work to get the steering servo in there, especially if you wanted to do chassis mounted. You're really cool that they've come along and put one together with all the kind of the missing link components, and you don't have the giant super wide skid plate and stuff. So they made some nice changes that kind of makes it fit. Not exactly sure all of them. I've only seen the pictures on social media and the pictures on the box just going over it. Let's take a flip to the back here. You got some cool features. 3D or molded plastic grill, 3D style grill. Headlights included. I don't think the marker light's included, but we can look into that. Front of the cage has a rad core support with the headlight bucket. It's pretty cool looking. It's a little bit different. Looks like we have a Scale LS radio box mounted in there on this model, and apparently some turbochargers. Dual slipper clutch, that's kind of common. Looks, your typical plastic gear, AX10. Yeah, I believe that's the new laydown style transmission. The newer Type 1 on 10.2, not too sure. Check it out. High pinion axles with your hypoid style gears in them, typical. It's 4-link out of the box in the rear, 3-link in the front, I believe. That's kind of the only thing you can really fit on them. Tires look decent on it. They're a Nito Trail Grappler, maybe. Open it up, check it out. Come in two colors, black and orange. I went with black. So this is Spectrum's new RTR radio STX2. Obviously 2-channel. It's got your typical Spectrum look to it. A little bit more of a kind of a plasticky, a little bit more of a cheaper feel, but people want these things cheap as you can want them. This is what you get for once you try to beat down the price and everything. So. But probably still works great. There's no EPA adjustments, nothing like that on the radio, no endpoint adjustments. You can't control how much steering or add or steering take away. So we will probably just bind one of my other radios to it, because we're going to change the dog bones over to VVDs, or not VVDs, but universal in this model. Typical manual. These don't have too much in them anymore. is some more of your typical axial gate markers. Draw an arrow on these, point wherever you want. Got stacks and stacks and stacks. That's decent. Some extra links for it. Not sure if they're front or rear, but anyhow, extra links. These look like the steering links on the front. These two halves would go together to make up your twin turb skis. Point in whatever direction you want. Pretty decent. Pretty cool. Typical axial driver head, part number 80131. You get these in almost every kit from them. There's some extra plastic pivot balls and light bucket retainers, probably for those marker lights in the front. These are the front bumper support mount. Goes from like behind the lower piece of the frame, runs to the back. They're infamous for breaking. A lot of guys upgrade these to a brass or a steel one. These go between the dual stick shocks. Bushings. Sorry, bushings. Same thing. SCX10 bumper mount with sway bar links. I don't know where that would come into play. And your classic Wraith bumper. I guess this thing must have a different front end on it. We're going to look at that right away. So. And this piece, I remember it goes through there on the old kit. I guess since they weren't using it, they just threw it in. Cool. This will be the first time. Yeah, it still feels like an axial manual. So. This talks about the battery box tray. You can adjust the size with spacers to fit different size batteries in there. Battery tray sits right behind here. We'll get into that when we get her out. Yeah, this is just really nothing in 8 pages of nothing. Probably not an exploded view. Yeah, there's one. So the huge box of other ones we have. Probably an easier way to do it, open up the box, but there's nothing wrong with the scissors. Just don't use the knife. I've slipped and ruined them. So yeah, otherwise pretty nice, light little compact rig. I like how the body fits the axles. They went with the skinnier tire on it, which is nice. These are the Trail Grappler Mud Terrain. Nice silver wheel. I'm going to throw some detail, take these off, wash them. They're completely greasy. And wash those up and throw some black detail onto them, a little bit of weathering on them. They went with their Axial graffiti kind of design. What does it say here? Take home or something like that. You know, give us your money. All that fancy stuff. It seems to work well for them. It's a satin black in finish. This is your standard old school Wraith roof with the cool texture, make it look like canvas. I've always enjoyed or really like that roof. See other guys replaced with clear plastic, just doesn't look the same, looks crappy. Body fit's nice. Could have did a little bit more of a flare out there, whatever. Yeah, definitely like a few styling cues going on. Yeah, I don't know why they'd give you a front bumper for the SCX10 because it would never fit this, but that's fine. I can use it on the other ones. Body comes off with apparently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws and probably a couple up in the front. Checked it on the hood. I know one thing I've read is the back isn't really supported from here back. I know this chassis has, I know this isn't supported from here back well, from here back. This chassis doesn't, or has holes here and up here you can mount to if you put a spacer and drill through, but who cares? Who cares? That's nice. That's just so you can be the first one to scratch it with the body pins, or you can keep them on if you want. So this is the new EC3 connector, IC3 connector. Your Axial EC comes pre-programmed with label cutoff. Feature set to on. When you're running names and batteries, you must turn that off. Yeah, that's fine. They don't talk about this new connector. I thought that would. I run the EC3 connector. This is a 4S. I'm not going to plug it in. I know it's too big for it, but this is an EC3 connector. I've been using it for years. This is an IC3 connector. The only difference is right in the very center, you'll see there is a probe for a bounce lead to go in between those two. Oh, dumping the body pins on the floor to bounce it out. They try to make charging technology safer so people quit burning down their houses, because that's no fun. Battery tray right here. Apparently no provisions to strap it down. It's just, I guess, the hood closing on it. Rather strange. This kit actually only has one of the 2 battery box spacers installed, so that's kind of a whap on their behalf. We're gonna have to screw that up, but maybe I'm wrong, but pretty sure they should be there. And I didn't see any in here, so. Oh well, not the end of the world. So I'm sure I called them, they'd give it to me for free, but I don't really care. Yeah, so the new connector. Let's put something down here. I'm guessing that's for the lights. Controller. Receiver, waterproof box in the front, obviously designed like an LS. Pretty far forward. They should have more went with the LS tucking in here and sticking out and put the battery in the front, but it's no problem. No worries. No worries. Looks good. They supplied twin turbos, I guess. I don't know where you put those, but yeah, you can find room for them in there. Nice silver backing, matte black paint job, looks real sweet. So this one's got the newer style, lower center of gravity SCX-10-2 with the drop style transfer case down up the back. It doesn't have the cheap RTR transmission like it was. It comes with a Dynamite waterproof ESC 60 amp and a 35 turn axial brush motor. Pretty decent actually. Out of the gate, nice little runner. I don't know what changed since Axial and Horizon got together, but the shocks just feel a lot nicer, even just on their RTRs right out the gate. So no rear tail lights on it, just front lights. I've got many buckets. I might peel the stickers and cut some, pop some in there. These stickers are barely on as it is, so it's another thing you want to do, go over and make sure all your stickers are stuck down, the ones you want to stay before you go out in the dirt, because dirt gets behind them, and that's it. Fully waterproof, servo, Tactic, TS4 or TXX 4S Metal Gear. Yes, waterproof, 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 waterproof. So, perfect.